to Bianca and Farah, you both have spoken about how you essentially found yourself in these spaces where you were the only, and we know that being only is lonely. Yeah. So it really is. It's not a privilege to be the only woman or the only person of color where it's like you're the coin person or you're the like it just doesn't make any sense. Like, and for some people they regard that as I made it, I'm established. Like, when we think outside of these barriers, or we think outside of that mentality, what is it, I guess what I would ask is, what were some of the things that you ladies have done to make sure that you're not the only in the space? Because at the same time, you know, I've been at institutions where I'm the only black girl in the classroom, and also being in the industry for so long, the guys regard you as one of the guys, but it's like, there's girls and I have ovaries and these is real. So like we can talk about this and make it more inclusive and not the only. So this can go to any one of you, but like Bianca and Farah.
So I'll take this first. So the first thing I thought of is I made every opportunity that I could to jump in on interviews of interviewing new candidates, and I fought for women and people of color. Like, hey, let them get to the next round of the interview like they were really good. Of course, everyone was qualified who was there, but making sure that I made a stronger argument for those people who needed to be in the space. Like, I want to say, at USA Today, that was my last corporate job. I was one of maybe 150 people, only one black female in the whole group, and no one noticed it. It was until I said to my supervisor, said, hey, do you realize I'm the only black woman here? She goes, no, stop it. And I was like, right, and I was like, wait, no, really, like, think about it. And she goes, oh my God, you're right. And I'm like, yeah, I know, because I walk in here every day. So I made it a point to make sure that, you know, I can try to influence interviews and getting candidates in the door. So that was my way of fighting it in a sense.
I think for me, what I did was everywhere I go, I try to find an other. So, you know, and you know, like at JP Morgan, I came in and I was like, okay, all right. So I went to the directory and I started looking at pictures. And every sister and brother and everyone else that I thought that I could say hi to, I did. Hi, let's meet for coffee. Hi, let's talk about this. It didn't matter if they were in the IT space, HR space, or whatever. I just got to know people because that's how you get to know the lay of the land. As I move up in the corporate ladder, I make it a point to hire diverse candidates, whether they're LGBT, whether they're Asian, whether they're, you know, older, younger. If you can bring something to the pot, that's where diversity, that's where innovation happens. It comes from different voices, not, you know, all guys or all women or all people of color. It's gotta be different because different perspectives matter. So now what I do, especially now when I have to hire like another, 10 people, what I do is, and this is a perfect example because like last week I just had a conversation with the HR person, the recruiter, and she was bringing me a lot of black women. And I said, that's nice, I'm interested in that, that's good. I said, are there any other people? And she was like, well, yeah, but I figured you'd want, I said, I want black. And she realized that, I said, listen, I'm about people who can do the job. Bring me a cross-section of people, cross-section of ages, and let me make my decision. And I think that's the key. I try to get them, you know, to look at how I look at things. I'm not looking at it as a black person. I'm looking at it as a person who wants diverse candidates that are qualified. Another thing that I do is I have direct reports. I try to get them in the room. One of my direct reports, he was in a meeting, I said, I want you to be part of the template crew, right, to create new templates for our clients. And he said, you know, Farah, I noticed that there's not a lot of diverse people in there. I mean, like, it was a whole bunch of white guys. And he's a white guy. And I said, Sid, that's great. So what do you think I should do? He said, we should get more people in there. Like, he said, how about Kathy? I said, okay, Kathy's good. He said, and what about Malika? I said, that's good. Why don't you recommend that they go there? I think the way as a leader, they know what I'm thinking, and so they're thinking that way too. And it's opening that space, and I think that's the key. So I think there's two ways that I did it, so.
So to Geraldine and Arlana, I want to talk about, I know you both are both in different spaces. I want to talk about the barriers in the EdTech space, as well as the barriers that you've been seeing in the VC space. So either one of you ladies can answer that, but like, what barriers and what hopes are you like interested in seeing for the future? So I'll let either one of you answer it.
So there's a lot of talk right now about it not being a pipeline problem, right? Because we all know that there is talent out there. There's a lot of raw talent. They are underutilized. But throughout the past few years, I definitely have witnessed a leaky pipeline, right? And so this leaky pipeline presents a bunch of barriers to the young people that we try to serve. Going back to my comment earlier, like when I was working in education, the focus was on college access, right? When you work in K through 12, they're still thinking about college access, right? So even though we have computer science for all coming out of the DOE, computer science is still not priority in the K through 12 schools, right? Like making sure that students actually graduate so that maybe they can take their SAT and go to college is still priority. And so because schools aren't focused on career readiness yet and jobs, like students leaving high school don't know where to go next, right? But you also see that at the college level. At the college level, like everyone is really concerned with graduation rates. So you have career services at all of these colleges, but they're not really tracking job placement, right? So even after college students graduate, they're not being tracked into a job. And so this leaky pipeline really prevents students from navigating. Like I'm so happy that Faraz said, I learned how to navigate because that's a real skill. So at the Knowledge House, we've been trying to teach students how to navigate the education programs that they should pursue if they want to get that tech job, and the internships and the freelance gigs that they can secure along the way. We've done two things to solve this leaky pipeline problem. So in our programs, we have integrated bridge employment. So bridge employment are like gig economy jobs, whether it's freelance, an internship, or part-time contract work. We've integrated employment into the training so that they can leave our program and have at least 3 months worth of experience. You know, so as they are pursuing their job search, they don't need to hear, well, you don't have work experience. Well, neither does the like 4-year computer science grad that like you're hiring before they even get their diploma, right? So I do see a lot of hiring practices that we need to disrupt. Yes. So schools, workforce development organizations, colleges, and employers all need to work together. We need to work together to disrupt these hiring practices, and one of the things that I hope for is that the people in this room can really utilize their referral power, right? A lot of these companies literally pay their employees $1,000 at least if they bring like a high quality candidate to their organization, and I don't think that's being leveraged enough. In our work, like even as we try to place students in internships, all of these corporations have internship programs, but for high school students. You know what I mean? We're trying to match our students to the top 5 corporations, but all the top 5 corporations are going to Stanford, MIT, and the Ivy Leagues to recruit. Like we have been trying to get any corporation to partner with a CUNY school, and that is so hard to do, right? So that's what we're doing. We are trying to bring internships and bridge employment to our students, and we're also trying to coordinate between colleges, nonprofits like the Knowledge House, schools, etc.
I think, interestingly enough, one of the things that I see sort of in the space that I'm in that relates really closely to what you were saying, Gerald, is that I think definitely looking at junior talent, you know, people with like 3 months or less of job experience, like that's a really great way to get diversity into your companies and build your teams, you know, from those more junior positions. The challenge that I see there is that when you have these sort of startups, and you have these early stage companies, resources are so slim, but not just in terms of capital, but just literally, you know, bandwidth as an individual. There's so much going on. You're grinding every day, like you're chasing these deadlines, you're trying to build these projects from the ground